Yeah. So, hello Parth. Am I audible?
Hello.
Yeah. So, can you just turn on your video? Yeah, it's fine. So, so today I am interviewer for you. So basically, let me tell you the flow of the interview. So firstly, I'll be introducing about myself, and then you will be introducing about yourself, and then we will have a review on your resume, and I'll tell you to explain you about the your projects, and I'll ask some basic questions, and also I'll ask some basic questions in oops, and then we'll proceed with DSA questions. So there will be two DSA question, and and yeah, so basically I'm thinking to wrap this interview within 1.5 hour. So let's proceed. So basically I'm Ashish Pandey, and currently I'm working as a software engineer in Japan. I'm interning here, and my hobbies are to play cricket and sing song, and also I'm in fourth year now in IIT Patna. So Parth, can we have your introduction, please?
Uh, Good morning. And good afternoon, actually.
Yeah.
My name is Parth Agarwal. Born and brought up in Delhi. I've done my schooling from Delhi Public School, Rohini. I'm currently I'll be joining in my junior year in Electrical and Electronics Engineering in IIT Patna. I like to play badminton and squash. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, so that was a great introduction from your side, Parth. So now let's move on to your resume. And as you can see, you are expert in code forces, and 5 star is pretty good, and and you have quite a lot achievement also. Uh, and as I can see that you have made a fake news predictor. So can you please elaborate about this project?
uh, Basically, I've made two models, one
Okay.
using logistic regression
Hmm.
and one using LSTM, which is a variety of RNN.
Okay.
RNN are recurrent neural networks. So basically, this model predicts whether a given news article is likely to be fake or real.
Okay. So Path, can you discuss how you validated the accuracy of this 95.9%? Like,
Uh,
did you use the separate validation set or the cross validation set? Do you know?
I actually There was one data set
Okay.
which is available open source.
Okay.
I've put the link on GitHub also.
Okay.
So I splitted the data 30% into testing and 70% to training my model.
Okay.
This 95% accuracy is achieved on that testing data sets, and it's even written in the resume.
Okay, okay. And also, could you please elaborate on how you balanced your data between the real and the fake news? I mean, how
Uh,
you ensured that the data is fake or real?
uh, the data is real or fake means
Or else, like, have you done some pre-processing, like
yes,
before putting it into
I
the
have done
model?
processing, like I had to stem the data, I had to
Okay,
remove the stop words,
okay,
and
okay,
uh, I had to remove all the null values, which columns. I had to
okay,
remove some columns it was not necessary was model.
okay. Fine, fine. So basically, it was pretty good. So can we move on to your next project, chatting app? Can you please elaborate about it?
Uh, this app is basically made on MERN stack.
Okay,
I worked on the React. It's a group project.
okay,
I have worked
okay,
with React and Express in this project.
okay,
Also, a bit of MongoDB.
okay.
Uh,
So yeah,
I have made the front end using React,
okay,
and I have made the initial backend using Express, which was
okay,
calling APIs and uh, basically user interacting with the user.
okay. So Parth, as I can see from your talk that you have worked on React. So do you know what is JSX?
Yes, it's an extension basically.
Like,
Uh,
how is it helpful? Like, what do we do with JSX? Mm,
Basically, it allows us to write in React. Basically, the files which we React write in React are written in files of .jsx.
yeah, yeah. So basically, it is a kind of mixed HTML and JavaScript, which gets you easier for writing in React. So yeah. So do you know what is use state hook? I mean, do you know about hooks in React?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So Parth, how did you manage your state? Like how did you try to change? Like in React, you know that there is
I
something
was
called
using
as
the
state.
set state method, like
Which state method?
the set state method.
Okay, okay, fine, fine, fine. Okay. So okay. So your project is pretty good. So let's move on to the oops part. So basic,
Uh,
yeah.
Actually, I've not done oops right now. I will cover it in a day or two.
O-
Sorry.
okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So it's fine. So basically, you do have like you haven't even touched the oops till now.
I have done little bit, but I'm not very comfortable with it right now.
Okay, fine, no
I'll
problem.
complete it maybe today or maybe by tomorrow.
Okay, okay, fine, fine, no problem. Uh, okay. So and also in your project, do you know about sockets? Like you have mentioned this web sockets. So do you know about sockets?
Yes, it was used for authentication. Basically, WebSockets in the project were used for authentication.
Okay.
Uh,
So do you know like how is socket like defined, uniquely defined? I mean, what parameter do we need to define a socket uniquely? Can it be defined using a IP address only?
I don't
Okay.
no, I
So
don't think
basically,
so.
you are not aware of socket programming.
No.
Okay, fine, no problem. So I guess we are done with this, and let's move on to the DSA part. So I'll be sharing with you a GDoc, and I'll be putting the question in it, and I'll explain you the question. Okay. So just a minute. Mm, okay. So Parth, I have shared a link in the chat. Uh, are you
Uh,
able to see it?
yes, yes,
Okay, just open it.
yes. I opened
Yeah,
it.
and I'll be pasting the first question here. Uh, okay, Parth. So I have pasted the first question here. Are you able to see, read it?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, you are given an array A of size n. Okay, and initially all the elements of array are equal to 1. Like you are given this an array and initially all the numbers are 1, and you can perform the following operations. Choose two integers I and x, and obviously I is the index, so I should be between 1 and n, and x can be any integer greater than 0. Okay. And then increase the value of ai by floor of ai by x. Okay.
Okay.
So that is you can make ai as ai plus floor ai by x. So after performing all operations, you will receive ci coins for all such I that I ai equal to bi. So let me explain you this statement. So suppose suppose you make this first element to 2. How can you make this 2 is that you can select x as 1, so 1 plus 1 by 1, which is equal to 2. So this a1 has been made, let's consider this as a 1 based index. So this a1 has been made to b1. So you will receive the money, you will receive the profit as 4. Okay. You will receive four coins. So similarly, if you make this 1 to 7, you will receive 6 coins, and similarly for this and this. and just you need to find that. Your task is to determine the maximum number of coins that you can receive by performing no more than k operations. I
Okay.
hope you understood the question. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. You can.
Yeah, I understood the question. Mm.
And here, as you can see that, can you able to predict how the answer is for, or should I explain you this?
I'm able to predict my answer.
Okay, fine. So while explaining the approach, you can just write down here. Wait, just let me.
Okay.
You can
Uh,
just write down here. And do you prefer to use VS Code, or like you will write the pseudo code here itself? Like if
I'll use VS Code.
okay, but can we just use first write the pseudocode here, because in
Okay,
the
I'll write
actual
the pseudo.
interview they will not give you the VS Code, they will tell you to write here itself. So I think let's stick it here itself.
Okay.
Yeah. uh do you need the uh constraint of n and k, or like?
What are the constraints?
Yeah, so I thought like you would ask, so just
I
let
think
me.
it would be, I was assuming 1E5.
No, the constraint of n is 1e3 and the constraint of k is 1e6. Uh,
Okay.
okay. And also let me tell you the constraint of element of b. This is uh, less than equal to 1e3 and bi 6. These are the constraints. Yeah. So you can also think while speaking, like you can speak, and maybe if you are free, if you feel nice, or else you can do the same way you're doing now.
I'll just take a minute.
Okay,
I
no
think I'll
problem, no
scan for the
problem. You
solution.
can take your time, no problem.
So basically, what I thought is we can make a DP of
Okay.
1,000, and for determining a particular state DP, we can see for a particular once we have determined the state, we'll initialize it by one by putting the values, like we can make 1 and 0 operations, make 2 in 1 operation, uh,
Okay.
and like if we go to n
Okay.
for determining it, we'll see when we have determined that, we'll go all numbers below n and try to divide it by that.
For
Basically,
example,
for
like,
example, if we have on 10, we'll
yeah.
check for 1, 2, 3. We'll check for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Okay.
and like 10, we'll do AI plus AI mod n and set the AI plus the floor as basically we'll take minimums, and for 10 if I go on 1, so can make 20, so I'll make the state of the DP where it's 20 as uh, what's the value of 10 plus 1, and we'll take minimums. So for a particular given value, I have the minimum number of operations needed to reach there.
Uh, okay. Uh, can you just dry run your approach in the input which I am providing you just now? Just a minute. Till then you can think. Um, just a minute. Okay. Is this? Mm, okay. So basically, I am pasting it here. So can you just explain your approach through this? This is okay. Yeah. So this is n equal to 5 and k equal
Uh,
to 9.
so basically, what I'm telling you is
Yeah.
pre-computation in the starting. Uh,
Uh, okay.
there will be no use of the input value B or C in the starting.
Okay,
For
fine.
example, I'm setting a value of DP of
Okay.
1 as 0. Basically,
Okay.
to make the number 1, I need 0 operations
To make the number, yes, sure.
because it is initiated as 1.
Yes.
And now I'll go from 1 to 1 because it is 1. So
Okay.
I'll say that what is DP of 1? DP of 1 is 0
Okay,
plus
fine.
1. I can go to 2.
Okay, fine.
So I'll set up DP of 2 as 1.
Okay.
For 2, I'll go from 1 and then 2.
Yes, yes.
So I'll set DP of 4 and DP of 3 as 2.
Okay. Yes.
Then I'll go to 3.
Yes.
For 3, I'll iterate in 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
I'll set DP of 6.
Okay.
It will be from 1. Then in 2, I'll get DP of 4.
Okay. Okay.
DP of 4 will be 3, but I have already have for 2. So I'll not change it.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is how I'll calculate in n square the minimum number of operations needed to uh, reach that point.
Okay.
And then I can
So
simply
you will
apply an
calculate
upset DP.
for all the thousand value from 1 to
Yes,
1000 you will
that can be
calculate.
pre-computation in O of n square, and n is 1e3, so it'll work. And then I can simply do an abstract DP, or n is small only, so I can use n square if
Uh,
selecting or not.
You know, in knapsack DP, what is the what is the time complexity of a knapsack DP?
It's O of n.
O of n, and what about this k? Like, how will you perform knapsack DP? Can you explain? Like,
Uh, so basically, I have to select if I have to choose one or not.
if you have to okay, yes, yes, choose
So
one.
I know the operations number of operations I need.
Okay, fine, fine.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
After DP would not work here.
Yeah, yeah, because
So yeah,
K is
oh, fine,
1e6
okay.
here. K
Okay,
is
yes, yes,
1e6 here.
okay.
That's what. If K would have been 1e3,
Yes,
then
yes. Then it
yeah,
would have worked.
yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
Actually, my first problem was 1e3 only, but I thought it to like give 1e3, and I thought it to give the follow up as 1e6, but directly I gave 1e6.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for
Means,
1e3 your solution is perfectly correct. Like, it's totally correct for 1e3.
for Bani 6, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
yes, yes,
I'll,
yes. So Parth, basically, can you think upon uh, how much can be the maximum operation for 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 1 to how much can be the maximum operation for a particular element to reach to bi, like suppose, can you think of like how in how much operation can you convert 1 to any number?
That we calculated in the DP itself, no?
Yeah.
The first DP that we
No,
calculated.
yeah, yeah, so what
Acha,
what
the
is the
maximum
maximum
number.
value? I'm asking that, what is the maximum value of any operation?
I think that would be seal of the log 2. Seal of log 2.
Seal of log 2. Why?
Uh, because the pattern that I see is that we can go to two keep powers of 2.
Yeah, but are you sure that if you are going to power of 2, then uh uh yeah, yeah, explain me what.
I do not have a rigorous proof of this.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
kind of an
Oh,
intuition.
okay, okay, just tell me.
Uh, what I was saying is that for any power of 2,
Yeah.
we can basically go in log n operations.
Oh, okay.
And even when I was seeing like operations uh, making some values, they were not exceeding log 2.
Yes, yes, okay.
So this is my, I don't have a rigorous proof of this. So this was just an intuition that it can be the CL of log 2n, the maximum
Yes,
number
yes,
of
yes.
operations. So it is 1000. So basically, it would be 10, I think, maximum operations.
Yes, yes, it is correct. You can prove it later. Like, it is correct that maximum operation will be somewhere around uh, like you can just calculate it using you can just run a bfs from or
Okay, then
you you
then
you
our
you can
uh,
calculate it, and it you will find that it will be around, I think, 12 to 12 operations maximum it is required.
uh, then we can easily calculate
Yeah,
it because our total is capped to
yeah,
1e4
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and 1e7 will be the total time complexity, and we can.
Yes, 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 fine. So can you just write a pseudo code here for this question? Can you just uh
Sorry,
yeah
sorry.
yeah.
Uh, First, wait, sorry. I think I've written the pseudocode.
Yeah, I think it is pretty good, and yes. Just let me check it. Yes, yes, it is fine.
I've,
Mm,
I've if someday in some places I've not written DP1, which was the second DP. I've written DP only.
yeah,
That
yeah, I can
I'll
see
correct it.
that. Uh, okay, so basically, okay. Yes, yes. So it looks me pretty fine. But I would just want to ask you that why have you renamed this CISB? Like isn't it isn't it like complicating? Like you have renamed CSB and BSA. Like, I mean, it's
We
fine,
can
but
name it BS.
no problem. It's fine. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is perfectly fine. So yeah, it's good. So let's move on to the second question for today. uh, and I'll be pasting it here. Just a moment. Mm. Or can you also do a kind of dry run for your code in this example which I have given you, this one, uh, or else.
In
Yeah.
591197.
Yes, yes, the yes, 59, this one. You can copy
So
this and paste it down, or as you wish. Mm. Or else just wait, I will give you a simpler example, otherwise this may take a long time. Wait.
yes.
Yeah. Just I'll give you, yeah, this one. And the first array is 1. Yes. Just a glimpse of dry run, not the you can just explain me what is the answer for
So
this according to your approach.
so basically, what first will happen is we need one operation, seven
Y-
operations, five operations, two operations.
yes.
So we can calculate till seven. What
Can
are the
you
maximum number of?
just calculate it fastly? How much operation will it take to
Okay.
1 to
So I've
7?
set dp of 0 as 1.
Yeah.
dp of 2 will be dp of 1 will be 0. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
dp of 2 will be 1.
Yes.
dp of 3 will be 1.
Yes.
dp of 4 will be 2.
Yes.
dp of 5 will be 3.
Yes.
And dp of 6 will be 2.
Yes. A DP of 6 will be 2.
It will come from 3.
Okay. It will come from 3. So should not wait. So should not it be 3? Oh, because okay, okay.
No, dp
DP
of
of
3 is
3 is
1, no?
1. DP of 3 is 1. Okay, okay.
So we can
Mm,
choose 1 again and it will be 6.
1 plus 1 by 1. But 3 is coming from 2, I guess. Or is it
3.
coming?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so 3 should be 2. DP of 3 should be 2.
Yes, your dp of 3. Yes,
Yes,
yes, sorry.
yes, yes. So DP of 6 is okay, fine. Yes. Okay. Yeah, and DP of 7 should be.
dp of 7 would be
7 is coming from 6.
6. Yes.
Yeah, so it should be 4. Yes. So,
So now for dp1,
yeah.
I'll initiate everything by 0
Okay.
and it will be of size
You
4.
don't have. Okay, fine, fine. You can do it.
Okay, I'll
You
tell you just a brief run.
Yeah, you just have
For
you can just tell me
uh,
briefly.
for first one, we need 0 operations.
Yeah.
So we can just take it.
Yeah.
We'll have to update it in DP, and
Yes.
DP would look like DP of 1 0 0 is equal to 2.
Yes. Can you make this problem as a knapsack, given the cost and the profit? Cost is nothing but the operations. Like, so for example, here the operation is 0. Here the operation is, like, you can just make it in a knapsack format. Like, you can just
Okay,
transfer this array. You can rewrite here again, like, for first 0 operation, then for the second one it is 4 operation, then for the third one 3 operation, and for the fourth one it is one.
One
Yeah,
operation.
and you similarly 2 6 5 2. So this is looking uh, mm, the new problem for us. We have to
Yes.
select some numbers from this, such that the constraint, like such that the sum of these selected values should not exceed for k, right? It is,
Uh,
yeah, it is the
yes.
modified
So should I
problem.
write only the important states
Yeah, yeah,
now?
you should write
What will?
only the important, not the complete. Yes, you can, yes, I just want to know the answer of this, like, just,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, what was the maximum defective? 4.
Yes, I think k was 4.
Uh,
Or else no need to
uh,
write all the states. You just tell me the answer. What will be the answer? Just without
so it would
dry
be
running.
4.
Is it 4?
Oh
uh
wait, as swapped. It would be 9.
it would be 9. Yes, yes, it is 9. And
We
have,
can select 0, 3, and 1, and it will be 2 plus 5 plus 2.
yes, yes, and I'm just checking one case whether um for 0, dp of 0, have you, okay, fine, fine. Okay, got it. Yeah, so it is perfectly fine. So let's go to the second question now, and I'm pasting you the second question here. uh, okay, yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah, so this is the second question. I hope it is visible. So the question is, given the root of a binary tree, the value of a target, so you are given with a root node and a target node, and an integer k. Return an array of the values of all nodes that have a distance k from the target node. You can return the answer in any order. For example, I'll explain you from this example. So here k is 2 and the target is 5. So you have to return all the possible values, all the for which the length, for which the distance from the target is 2. For example, here, if the target is 5, so the node 4 is at a distance 2 from this, so you have to output this. And this 7 is also at a distance 2 from this, and 1 is also at a distance 2 from it, so the output is 741. So I hope you understood the question.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
What are the constraints of N and K?
Constraints of n and k are, just a minute, I'll be, so basically k is less than 1000, and the nodes are all nodes are less than 500. Number of node, yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
so what basically I've thought is
Okay.
we'll divide the one is target node and there are the rest of the nodes.
Yes.
We'll divide the rest of the nodes into two parts.
Okay.
One are the nodes which are in the subtree of that particular target node.
Yes. Okay.
We'll apply a BFS on the target node
Okay. Fine.
and basically go deep down and at
Yes.
that particular level and we'll get the number of
Yes.
nodes
Yes.
in the at that particular level, which
Yeah.
is the distance.
Yeah.
Now we have to deal with them, and we'll
Yeah.
all store the nodes which are in the subtree, and we'll not
You will
consider them later.
store. Okay. Fine. Fine.
Uh,
Fine.
so now we we have a new question. Basically,
Yes.
in both the situations, we'll have to go up from
Yes.
the uh, particular node we are checking and the target node. We'll
Yeah.
find the lowest common ancestor and the distance of both from the common ancestor. The sum of the distances of them from the ancestor would be the distance, and we can check for every node with that particular node,
Okay.
and uh, if the distance is equal to the target distance, we can
Okay.
add that particular node to our answer value.
So, Parth, can you explain your approach through this diagram? Like
Uh,
this. Yeah.
for particularly 5,
Yeah.
we have to first we'll check in its subtree.
Yes.
We'll apply a simple BFS.
Okay.
We'll check 7 and 4 are
Yes.
in their particular 7 and 4 uh, are at level 2. So
Yes.
we'll add 2 to the answer and we'll add 6 to 7 4 to a set or a map, anything which can store our values and give it a login or O of n.
Okay.
Then for the rest of the nodes, I see that we'll have to travel up
Yes.
for both of them.
Hmm. Yes.
For example, we are take 5 and 8.
5 and 8. Okay.
So I calculate all the ancestors of 5 and I calculate all the ancestors of 8. So I say 5, 3,
Okay.
5 and 3 for 5. For 8, I'll say 8, 1 and 3. So I
Okay.
see that 3 is the least common ancestor,
Okay.
and then we go. I see what is the distance of 8 and 3. It's basically 2.
Okay.
And what is
And
it
you
from
will.
5? It's 1.
Okay. So
So I
you
see
will
the distance
add.
is 3. So
Okay.
it is
Fine.
not from our target value.
Okay. Got it. Your approach. So yeah, it is correct approach. So can you just should wait should I'll give you the link of this question. Instead of directly coding into this doc, you can just do a AC on that question, and you can just uh, show me. I'm sending you the link of that question. You just try to do AC in this. Can you share your screen?
Just a second.
Yeah.
Isn't I screen visible?
Yeah, it is. So what is your total here? Like total is the number, like how
To-
much, uh, I mean how,
Final answer basically total.
but
How
but
many
but
are there?
but
So
we have
in
to
starting it will
return.
be calculated how much
Yeah,
there in the sub tree.
yeah, but we do not have to return the total, like we have to return the actual value of the nodes.
Oh,
Yeah, we have to return a vector basically.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
It's greater than zero, right? N can be zero.
Yes. So why have you created the set S1?
The first set,
Yeah.
uh, basically the value first set stores all the values that are in the subtree.
Okay.
So we'll not consider that when we iterate later.
Okay. Okay. You could have managed it using visited array also, but it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you write the code for the part where?
Yes, yes, I'm
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Was just a little confusion about what the binary was too much.
So what is this second while loop doing? Can you explain a bit? This
Uh,
second
this
second
the
BFS.
second queue is basically I was not able to get the values because they are stored in tree format.
Yeah.
So I basically made another BFS from the root
Okay.
uh, and basically continued it when we get to the target value. So no child of the target value would be added. So this will iterate through all the values.
Okay. So this BFS you have run to calculate the distance from the target. Uh,
Not the I'm not calculating the distance. I just
oh,
need the values.
value of
I'm
what?
I,
Uh,
I'm calculating the parents and the values
okay. 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 Fine.
of the non-subtree nodes.
Okay. So like, what will you do with this? Parents and their values.
Uh, so when we make a path, basically when we find ancestors,
Yes.
we'll need a path to the root,
Yes. Yes.
and we can check the lowest common ancestors. So
Yes.
for we can go to parent to parent to parent to parent.
Yes. 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 Okay.
So that is why I've made
Yes.
the path.
Yes.
Uh, can I go for a second? Somebody is at the door.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure.
Nobody
No
there.
problem. Sure.
Just a second.
Yeah.
So every path can be determined into a maximum
Yes.
of O of n, and
Okay.
we can find the least common ancestor in O of n again, and O of n would be again iterating through every other node than n, so it will be of O of n cube total in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Mm. Parth, can you again tell me the time complexity of your code?
I was thinking it would be O of n cube.
Why? Uh,
Uh,
and do you think O of n cube will work here?
n is 500, no?
Yeah. So 1.25
5
into
into 10 to
but
the 8.
one, yeah. So 1e8 generally, it may or it may not work. Like, mm, you could not be sure that 1e8 will work. Uh,
Mm.
Sometimes 1e8 does not work. Mm. And also, like, can you explain me how is it n O of n cube?
So basically, I was thinking that every node uh, we are taking for the second part. I'm telling
Yeah,
you
yeah.
for the non-subtree part.
Okay.
So there can be burst will traverse through n nodes except for calculating the uh, for calculating the particular a path of a particular node. We need O of n worst time complexity, and for finding the least common ancestor, we need O of n.
Okay, okay. So can't you
But
store?
we can do it we can do it in log n least common ancestor by binary lifting. But
Uh,
I'm not very sure how to
yeah,
do
yeah.
binary lifting on binary trees.
Okay. So you will first find out the distance. Uh, like you are telling that you will find out the distance from the root firstly, and
And
then
not from the root,
then
the least common ancestor.
okay, 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 okay. Understood, understood. Okay, okay. I was think. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, and you will find the distance from of k from that least common ancestor and from that particular node, and then you will add up the.
Yes.
Okay, okay, I got your approach. So basically, I think no need to code. So I will tell you the better approach for this. Like,
Okay.
you can do it simply using a two DFS call. Like first DFS, what you can do is that, like you can run a DFS from root, and you can in initially you can make a say visited array, and you can initialize all the values of visited array to say minus infinity, or some negative value. Like in that visited array, I will store the distance of the node from the root. Okay, so I am initializing some negative value in that. So basically I will what will I do is that I will store the distance of that node from root, and then this is in the first DFS, and then again I will apply a DFS, and in that DFS what will I do is that, suppose I am at some node, and suppose if its value is not negative, I mean not same as the initialized value, then that means that that means that uh, wait wait just a second. So basically not this approach, this was my just listen it again. So what I am telling is that what you can do is that you can just run a DFS from root, and when you will reach to the target node, then what you can do is that you can return the like you can calculate the distance of the node from the target node, like while you can return the value, like
Yes, yes, I got it.
yeah, yes, and you can return the value, what for example, like for example in this case you will start a DFS from 3, and when you will reach 5 you will return 0, because distance of 5 from 5 is 0, and then you will and then distance of 3 from 5 is 1. So you will calculate the distance of all the nodes, not all the nodes, the nodes which are coming in the path from root node to the target node. uh, I hope you got it.
Okay.
uh,
Yes.
there is some path between root node and a target node, so
So basically, we need. I got your approach.
you will
Basically,
calculate the distance from the target node to every node which is coming in the path from root node to target node. in the first DFS call, and in the next DFS call, from all the nodes which you have visited in the first DFS, you will run a DFS. And obviously the distance will, suppose the distance is, say, 4 from that particular node. Suppose the distance of that node is 4 from the target node, then obviously the distance will increase. I hope you got my what I'm
Yes, yes.
trying to tell.
There will be a point that there will be no more nodes, and then we can break.
Yes, yes, yes. And
Yes, yes.
whenever you reach the k, so you can just do it in O of n. This question, you just need a 2 DFS call. First
Yeah.
DFS is for calculating the distance from target to that node. Okay, fine. Yeah, so basically your approach was quite good, but I think that your this n cube solution will definitely not work here. You can try after this round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may or may not work. Like, I'm not sure. So, um, so yeah, so basically, I think we can conclude the interview, and it was pretty good interview with you. And let me give you some feedback. So
Yeah.
you can stop sharing your screen if you want. So basically, yeah. So the thing is, what I noticed from you, that you were, like, while you were thinking, you were not like expressing your thoughts, like what are you thinking. Like, I had to ask you, like, what are you thinking. So in the real interview, you should, like, speak and,
Speak out.
yeah, speak out whatever you are thinking, because if you'll not speak out, then the interviewer can't understand what you're thinking, and he may not even help you. Like, if I would not have asked you what you're thinking, I would not have I would not have told you that, think on, like, for the first question I said you, what can be the
Yes, yes.
maximum operation required for a particular, like, if you would have told me, like, you just wasted 10 minutes there thinking why, how to solve for 1e6, k equal to 1e6. So I would have told you, like, if you would have told me your thoughts, I could have helped you much faster. You could have approached to a correct solution much faster than the required time. uh, and also uh, and also while coding, you have to explain everything, like, while writing the, mostly any interviewer will tell you to write the pseudo code on the this
Google
gdocs,
Doc.
yeah, Google Doc. They will not tell you, like, there might be some interviewer who can tell you to write the code on VS Code, but most of the time they don't tell, like, they will give you gdoc or something plain. So you have to practice, like, or, and also, yeah, the most important thing is the variable names, like you were writing here.
Yes, I
Yeah,
wrote confusing
yeah,
variable
yeah,
names.
so, like this, a equal to I by j, like, I a, like, if you would have written it like some ai by, this was x, right, in the question. J was
Yes.
x, right? In the question it was given as x. So you could have written, like, instead of j you could have written x, so that interviewer could have easily predicted, like, this is
Oh,
x
yes.
and this is,
More
yeah,
understandable
more
variable.
understandable code. Interviewer should not get confused by, while, because they don't know what are you thinking, like, they are just seeing this, so they may not get your approach as clearly as they want. So to avoid this, you can name the variables accurately. And also, in the in the software development industry, like, whenever, like, in CP it is different, like, we write code, we have to do fast, so we write some random variables. But in the coding, but in the in the corporate industry, you have to write the variable names very accurately, because, like, suppose you are doing front end and you have to give your code, you have to push the code, and suppose some backend developer is reading your code and he want to connect front end and back end, so he should understand your code, like, what, how your code is written, then only he can connect the code. So they expect but from interns they don't expect this much. But yeah, it is a plus point if you do, if you
Okay,
name
okay.
variables very nicely. And I will also suggest you to learn oops as soon as possible,
Yes,
because
I'll do
because
it today or tomorrow.
yeah, because if you would have learned oops, you could have made a class for this, or maybe like in lead code, how class is there, they become happy while seeing your code in some, like, because in oops, like if you'll read oops will make your code much prettier and much reusable, like like, so you can use it anytime anywhere. Like if you would have made it in a class, you could have made lot of object of this class, or you, and you could use it anywhere. And also in interview you should try to write this whole code in one function, like, or in class. So you
Okay.
could have written function here, and you could have written what is the input, what are the input we are getting, like the way it is written in the lead code, like
Lead
function.
code
And
part.
yeah, and we get the input. mm, you should start with function here, like say what are the inputs we are getting, function. And we are getting here we are getting n, k, and you could have written int n, int k, and all these arrays a, b, and c array, you could have wrote here, or maybe vector. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, uh, and yeah, the interviewer will definitely tell you to dry run the code. It is for sure. Like I have given almost 5 to 6 interview during my intern season, so all the interview I was asked to dry run the code. And especially they will focus more on edge cases, like they will tell you, like they will give you some I gave you just the random input, so they will
They'll
give
use
you,
some zeros and things
yeah,
which
they will give you some
I
case in which edge case may fail, so they will try to, like, confuse you there. And overall your interview was pretty good. And this question was from code forces, very old question. This was, it was 1600 rated. It was very old question. So uh, yeah. And this question you can try it later, if your
I
approach.
was not very familiar with binary trees, to be frank.
Oh, okay, so you should,
Uh,
because in,
if it was a normal tree, I would have done that easily.
okay.
I'm very comfortable with normal trees and uh,
Yes.
tree algorithms.
Adjacency list you make, and you can do, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you don't know how to apply DFS in this binary tree?
I know how to apply DFS, BFS basic
uh,
algorithms on binary tree, but I've not solved many questions
okay.
on like pointers and using binary
Yes,
tree because
yeah.
it normally does not appear in
Mm.
code forces. I've solved
Yes.
only like 30,
Yeah,
40 problems on
but interviewers favorite point is this linked list and these binary trees. So
binary. I've solved
you
linked
should know
list and binary
pointers,
tree.
you should know about pointers, because in linked list and all, pointers are quite helpful. So yeah, you can see about pointers. They
I'll
may,
solve some lead code questions on yes,
yeah, yeah,
binary trees and
yeah,
solve linked
they
list.
may even ask you direct questions on pointers, like this guy is pointing to that guy, like some questions they'll frame it. And also, but in Google they will directly give you questions like this. Mostly in Google
Deep,
they focus, yeah, they focus in questions related to CF. Like I have seen that most of the questions are from DSU and DP with Bitmask, and in Google, and try, these are the favorite topics of Google, so you can.
and online, the online interview in Google, online round in Google, uh, we can code in VS Code or do we
No,
have to code in
no.
their editor,
No.
basically the screen
They will give the hacker rank, or maybe interview bit. I guess I
interview bit.
think
And also interview bit. Hacker rank is good, but interview bit is a
So
But
mostly I think they give hacker rank. I am also not sure, but one of the one of like most of the company will tell you to code on either hacker rank or interview bit. And
okay,
some
practice a
company,
bit of
yeah, you
interview
should practice a little coding there, so that you can get the,
and get comfortable.
yeah, comfortable with the editor of those. And and yeah, and also yeah. So what is the first company coming, like
Google.
Google? So Google coding round over, is it over?
No, it is on 22nd.
Oh, 20 second, 20 second. Okay, okay, so all the best. And
Thank you.
yeah, it will be off, I think. 1 hour,
1 hour.
one
It's a
hour,
1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour with 4 hour window and it's
Yeah,
a 1
4
hour.
hour window. And and I think it is of 1 hour, right? The
Yes,
test,
it's a 1 hour.
yeah. And there will be two question, and both of the question will be around 1500 to 1600 difficulty level, or sometimes it may even go to 1700. But if you solve even one question, like if you definitely want to get selected, I must say 1.5 question is must. And because in our batch I solved 1.5 questions, so I was selected. But one of the guy solved 1.5, he did not get selected. And but
Just
some
kidding, just
some
kidding.
some people, even if, okay, uh hello.
Hello, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So like in our batch, if like some people solved around zero point 0.6 question also, but they were selected. uh, and even if some guy was there who, so if you need to be sure to get selected, definitely 1.5 question is must. But yeah, if your luck is good, then you can even get selected in one question or zero point 0.6 question also.
Oh,
Yes. And also one more thing, this is wait, just this is